3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Happy Freight Friday. I am your host, Cassandra Gaines. We are here. We made it. Another Friday. Get your beer. Let's go, people. Let's figure it out. First of all, we have to talk about a few things. Okay, so what's happened this week? Today, that's me, Cassandra Gaines, host, Mad Gaines Live. As you all know, I am a transportation lawyer, and I worked in-house counsel, and I was outside counsel. I did lots of litigation, and I created this product called Carrier Sure, and I did a demo today. If you're interested in seeing it, join. You can find it on my LinkedIn page or on my YouTube page. I swear my life, if I am fuzzy, if I have a fuzzy camera, I will literally throw myself on the floor because technology has hated me all day long. Anyhow, I did a demo today and Chandler joined me from Next Exit Logistics and we laughed so hard. I want you to just watch the first like 10 minutes of the demo and then you don't have to watch anymore, but you will laugh. Just watch it. We are going to have not Next Exit Logistics. Now I got that stuck in my head. We got Next Trucking with us today. I love this trucking company. I have known them for, I think, like 3 years now. Good, sharp, smart people. But I come to you unbiased, very neutral. Like, they have a lot of sexy marketing. They have big VC behind them, big PE, whatever the fuck it is. It's a lot of good money, right? We need to know, are you another one of those smoke and mirror companies? That's what the big point of this is going to be. We're going to get to know their VP of sales as well. First, I want to make sure to remind everybody, as I always do, because I love conferences, and Freightways has the best conference. They do have a Chattanooga conference coming up in October. I know it's June. We're talking about October, but whatever, summer goes by so fast. I want you to plan for it now and be in Chattanooga with me at the Freightwaves conference. That's it. That's all I have for now, except for somebody in the boiler room, one of the boiler room boys, the production guys at Freightwaves. They're my friends, even though they run from me every time I see them and run from me at conferences. One of them has dumped a girl, I think, and I want to know why. So if you've ever dumped a woman, I want you to tell me in the comments why you've dumped that woman. I'm going to find LinkedIn and YouTube right now because here are the main things I think that people break up. Okay, ready? Money. Somebody's in debt, right? You don't have that chemistry. You need chemistry. You don't get along with a mother. Ooh. Or the family. That's a good one. The Freightwave boiler room boys just gave me my countdown timer because they're like, you're rattling on, Cassandra. But I want to know, tell me the reasons why men break up with women. I think that's interesting. And while y'all do that, I will bring on our guest, who is V Patel at Next Trucking. I laugh because his name is V, and that's one of my favorite names because one of my best friends from Canada is named V. That's not his real name. I call him V, but it's not his real name. All right, let's go. Let's bring him on, and we're going to find out, is Next Trucking all smoke and mirrors? Hold on. Hi, V. Welcome to the party.
Hi, Cassandra. Thanks for having me. It's funny, my initials are VP, and I'm the VP of sales, so, maybe it's meant to be. Who knows?
I think it's meant to be. No. You know what? And you know what? Soon, no. You need to have a bigger title than that. You're going to go further than that. You're going to be SVP, CEO, all those bad things, president, board, all that shit. Thank you for joining us. And how do you feel? Tell me something that no one knows about Mike Bush at Next Trucking, because I love him. But tell me something like, he's so nice. Does he have a temper?
No, he doesn't have a temper. I gotta say, we were just at an event here in Chicago. He has no fear. Mm-hmm. He will go up to anyone at any time and talk about anything. And I would like to say I'm extroverted, but this is like next level. And he's like that guy. He'll just kind of walk into that group and hover and then jump in and say, hey, I'm Mike Bush. I'm with Next. I love it. I
like those people. Yeah, I absolutely love those people. I do. I bust in on people's conversations and conferences all the time. I'm just like Mike. In fact, if you go to a conference by yourself, I want you to look up Mike Bush on LinkedIn because he will be your conference friend. He's my conference friend at conferences. Like, I roll with him because he can talk to anybody. And the whole point of being at conferences is so we can network. I know y'all scared sometimes. You run away from each other. The boiler room boys literally run the other way every time they see me at a conference. Breaks my heart right in half. But most of the time, people do not. I love it. So, right, V, I know that this is what I did to get you on the show. I lied. I told Mike you were going to come on. Whatever. Mike told me some topic about sales, and I was like, oh, yeah, V can come on and talk about that. And then at the very last minute, I changed the title. I changed everything at the last minute, and you were like, wait, what happened? We can talk about anything you want to talk about. But first, we are going to talk about Next Trucking because we're all curious about it.
Sure.
And you are probably like, what are you talking about? We're a great company. And I have a biased opinion because I know you guys very well. But I want you to tell me, why are you guys on LinkedIn? It says that you're what did it say? You're like tech pioneers, freight tech pioneers. Okay? Why are you freight tech pioneers? And are you really, or do you think that's Mike Bush marketing?
Well, Mike is really great at what he does, but I don't know, not that great to call us pioneers. I do think we put our money where our mouth is. So, a little bit about Next, just at a high level. We started in 2015, OTR marketplace. We started building a software, bringing on customers, and then we really got immersed into some of the challenges in the marketplace. And we had this notion that we want to improve the environment for, I think, one of the most critical parts of the business that sometimes is forgotten, the drivers, right? Their experience and what we can do for them. And we really started investing in this software to allow these drivers to be at home more, to have better schedules. And I think there's a lot of that going on in the space today. But I can say that over the last few years, we've really invested in bringing some, in my opinion, very talented leaders at the executive level. We have some folks from Google today that are really pioneering our software. Pioneer, here we go again, right? I'm going to keep saying it now. But they're really making.
There it is. Was it Mike or was it you, V? Wait, I want you to slow down. So first tell us, what is the technology? Is it is it just like back office technology for drivers? Is it a marketplace? Like, what is the technology?
Absolutely. So it's a little bit of all of that. So we have our proprietary software, a marketplace where we have lots of owner operators really in this market. We're actually pretty selective of who we put in there. It's only about 10% that we put inside the marketplace. To give you an idea, we also utilize our TMS to really eliminate all of the back office, the stuff that's not fun, right? Some of the document retention, some of the backup required for billing, kind of the shipper status, the shipment end-to-end life cycle. So we're doing a little bit of everything right now. And I think we figured something out because 7 out of the top 15 importers in the US trust us and rely on us to actually move their goods.
Okay. So are you a brokerage, trucking? Do you have assets or you just have that platform? What exactly are you guys?
Yeah. So we have all three. We do have our own assets today that we utilize. Sometimes they're like a little bit of an ambulance, right? So they kind of help out as really fires are created and they come in and solve for solutions. We have a large network of partner carriers, larger fleets that own their own assets, have yards, chassis, things of that nature. And we also work with a lot of owner operators as well through, again, our marketplace. So we're really doing a little bit of everything as well. We provide yard services to our customers as well as chassis. So I would like to say we're a little bit of a Swiss Army knife.
Do you do a lot of OTR? Do you do LTL? Or is it mostly drayage in the area?
Yeah. So our core competency is really on the West Coast, and actually we've been expanding over the last several years here. Today we're moving dray in 8 ports across America. We're also really doing, in my opinion, really focusing on our OTR initiative. So moving full truckload nationwide domestically, and also some cross-border solutions for some of our larger clients coming from Mexico up into the U.S.
So what do you tell shippers when you're trying to sell to shippers? You are the VP of sales. So I'm assuming like a lot of the shippers or customers, I should say customers, from the shipper side or manufacturing side. What is your elevator pitch about Next Trucking?
Well, I just tell them we're the pioneers. No, I'm
you do, you're pioneer. Oh, okay.
Kind of a little fun here, right? No, so
you got me. You got me. I like you, V. We're gonna have fun.
You have to have fun, and it's Friday, by the way. So, here's what I'll tell all of our customers today. I think we've done a fantastic job of building relationships at the steamship line level, at the terminals, the ports, and we've used our technology to bring it all together. So instead of worrying about one partner that can do part of the business, we're connected across the board. Recently, we launched an expedited service. And really what that is working on utilizing, call it, some automation on the free flow side to get containers out as quickly as possible. And we can offer this premier service to our customers. So look, today there's so much congestion predominantly at the West Coast. We're seeing it now on the East Coast. And I can confidently tell our customers, we execute at a high level to get your goods where it needs to be, which is either, in your warehouses for e-commerce or on the shelves of the retailers.
All right, I hear automation of free flow side. What does that mean?
Yeah, so when you think about that kind of that free flow element, right? It's about how quickly can we work with the various terminals, with the various steamship lines to start building these piles and just be more strategic. Can we get these piles set up? How quickly can we execute, return the empties, which allows them to turn their product faster? So we've implemented a little bit of a software enhancement on our side to start managing free flows a little better too. So now our carriers have better access, which enables better reporting to our end customers.
Okay. When you said you just rolled out at first I thought you said expedited, but did you say nextedited?
Nexpedited. That's right. I did.
Was that a Mike Bush too? Or did you guys all come up with that together? Because I like it.
No, I think that predates Mike Bush. I mean, I want to give him the credit. I really like him, but yeah, that predates him.
We should just be like, yeah.
Yeah, it was totally him.
Yeah, it was 100% him. Go Mike. Like, thanks for naming all of our core products. He's brilliant. So tell me, how did the company start up? Like, people ask, like when customers ask you, like, what's the history of your company? What differentiates you from other like Southern California tech transportation companies? What's your answer?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that separates us today, and I mentioned it kind of through this expedited services, we're working with every important piece of the puzzle when it comes to moving these containers. We offer transload service as well as OTR service, so we can really manage that full end to end. The moment it hits the port, what are we doing from there? Our biggest differentiation then is now bringing that all together through our platform, which allows our customers to jump on to what we call a shipper portal. And now they have access to their containers, the documents, really all the things that matter to them. And they don't have to wait, for us to be reactive, right, to get back to them. So we're really trying to be as proactive and provide as much visibility as we can to our customers.
Okay, that makes sense to me. All right, so to flip over to, and I'm trying to think, did my video so bad? Oh, that's a lovely picture of me, Boiler Room Boys. They cut my video and they just put me on here, which, is because they're mad at me because I'm bringing up their love lives on live TV. Because I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm nosy. So Andrew Teal, Charles Long, Matt Fink, my favorite, Matt Fink, over at they're on YouTube and they're chatting away, but nobody wants to talk about why, like the main reasons men break up with women. They're avoiding me. They say it's a bad topic, I swear. So Matt Fink says nextedited makes me want to say next carrier. Matt also says conflict equals laying off folks. Any pressures, concerns associated with softening the market? Ooh, that's actually a good question. V, do you want to take that question?
Yeah, I could. So actually, that just came up recently. We're having a town hall right now where they're discussing that. I think as the market softens, what we're doing is really being more aggressive with acquisition of customers. Right, we need to stay busy. We need to keep our drivers busy. So we're putting a heavy emphasis on one, how do we improve our software to capture a larger market share? We are not in the business of wanting to lose our talent. We've invested quite a bit of time and money to bring these folks on. And as a leadership team, we're really committed to that growth. I know that's kind of a macro level answer. But look, at the end of the day,
Makes sense.
folks are still buying, right? And we really need to, continue to help support the life cycle with our clients.
Yeah, it makes complete sense to me. It's just interesting what's going to happen, what's going on in the market, and as we continue, who's been able to survive and be lean. Because as we all know, the market goes up and then it goes back down. This is transportation. When it's up, we got to be ready for it to go down. It's so funny to me. And we saw this back in 2020. A lot of my friends, such as Matt Fink and Charles Lung and Andrew Teal, saw this in 2020 where it was down, then it was back on. So it's kind of annoying. But we all have to be ready for it. Anyhow, okay, so V, the thing you did want to come on and talk about, which I can already tell, discussing this with you for 5 minutes and being around you, is sales strategies and the psychology of sales. Could you please start us off on this topic? Because I do want to talk about it. I just lied so I could get you on here and make Mike Bush embarrassed and upset inside with me, and roll his eyes about 4 times.
Yeah, look, I love psychology. I love understanding why people make decisions. Like, you kicked this off with why are men breaking up with women. I'm not going to go there. Happily married here. But I think sales is the most overcomplicated idea. And you really have to start with thinking of the derivative of sales, which to me is what is sales? It's just communicating. It's talking to people. And the most important part, in my opinion, is listening. And I can't tell you how
If you didn't say that, I would have discredited you in 3 seconds, V. Because I heard you say talking, and I was like, if he doesn't say listening, I'm going to jump on him. But you said it, keyword listening. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You are the expert here. I'm just very excited about this topic.
I get really excited. So you'll just have to shut me up. Please feel free to do that. So look, the art of sales is all about listening, right? And I think it's really active listening. I've interviewed so many candidates and asked open-ended questions, and I can tell they're not really listening to my question. They're just worried about spitting something out. And when I think of sales psychology, I'm sitting in front of large clients, and most of the time, if you ask good open-ended questions, why is this important to you? What are you looking for? And you just stop and listen rather than think of what you're going to say next, how you're going to turn that into a pitch. You probably have what I call the answers to the test. The customer's telling you why they're interested in buying. And one of the things I share with my team is you need to listen to learn, not to speak. Because if you're always worried about saying the next thing, the right thing every time, quite frankly, you have no idea what the customer's telling you. And I'd like to say, I don't want to call myself an expert by any means, but I've been doing this long enough to know that if all you can do is just stop, listen, take some notes, you're far better off than trying to shoot away, lightning round speed dating type questions. It's just not going to get you anywhere.
V, what do you do when the customer's kind of hiding the ball? They know you're a good listener, and they kind of don't want to be convinced, or they want to kind of hide the ball but hear more of what you have to say. What do you do then?
Yeah, I love that. So this is I call it a more advanced technique of sales psychology, emotional intelligence, whatever you really want to call it. And it's really listening to the inverse of what your customer's saying. So customers will tell you how great things are. Oh yeah, we have the best reporting, we have the best rates, service has been great. Well, if that's the case, then and being very blunt and transparent, why are we here today? Could you help me understand why we're having this discussion? It's one of the questions I've asked is why have you taken this meeting? What's really important to you that you asked to meet today? And when you really start to put some call it pressure, and you start listening to what they're saying, you can open up, but you have to be willing to sometimes make the conversation a little uncomfortable and maybe ask a powerful question.
That's exactly what I felt. When you said that, I was like, ooh, that's really uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. But it's a great question. And it is, if the customer's trying to hide the ball, that is a great question to bring up. What if they just say, hey, I'm just curious. About Next Trucking. I'm curious about what makes you guys different. What if that's just the answer? Is that okay? or how do you
Yeah,
approach
I
that?
think it's okay. Yeah, because I don't think there's really a magic bullet here, right? Like if there was, right, there would be one trucking company, period, right? A huge monopoly. But I do think if I were to get a answer like that, like V, I just wanted to hear about Next Trucking. I've seen this. You keep using the word pioneer. It's all marketing's great. I would quite frankly tell them, well, then if you're curious, then give me an opportunity to tell you, how I think I can help you. But first, I need to ask you some questions to better understand if we'd be a good fit. Because respectfully, I don't want to waste your time either if there isn't a mutual benefit here.
Who's your target market for Next Trucking? I know you said you guys focus on end to end, and you're pioneers with technology, but where's your sweet spot? Like, what kind of customers are you really targeting and looking at?
Yeah, I would say
Because you
like
can't say
the
you're a
medium
call, I
size.
call you, I'll haul. Like you call, I haul. We don't. Nobody wants that. Like we got to have. I know you want to say everybody's customer, but where's your sweet spot?
Yeah. So those, really medium-sized shippers to some of the enterprise shippers, like I said, of the top 15 importers, we're working with 7 of them today. So really, folks that have a large presence nationwide that are looking for a long-term strategic partner, not just let me throw you some rates. Can you move some freight? Hey, I'll get back to you in a couple months. We can talk next year, right? We're really looking for growth here as an organization and to help our customers scale as well. So look, if you're out there having trouble moving your product and you're really looking for someone to be strategic and you also are looking to expand your customer base, please reach out. We would love to talk and certainly be very honest. If it's a good fit, we'll tell you that and we'll walk you through how we can help each other scale.
Okay, so let's go on to objections. Or actually, you said, do you have anything you want to talk about? Wait, before I jump into other of the points of sales psychology that Cassandra thinks.
No, please shoot away. I can talk about this for
So,
probably
how do
too
you
long.
talk to
I
your
need to go
team
get
about
beer.
handling objections?
Yeah, I
Like, for
think that,
example, always price objections, or they're going to say, well, you're not a carrier. You're not fully a carrier. Next Trucking. We don't even know what the hell you are sometimes. Maybe you're hiding the ball, V. And but we only work with carriers. So, what do you do about that?
well, tell me what's important to you from a service standpoint, right? So I'm going to
Mm,
immediately ask an open-ended question to better understand what they're looking for, right? Because more than likely, what they're going to tell you, I can offer, right? It's if you're using an
yeah.
asset-based provider, I'm working directly with some carriers that are nationwide. Quite frankly, using our technology, we can provide you with better reporting and a better reach to really know where your product is end to end.
What are you guys really good at?
I've been here at Next, and I think what we're really good at is making commitments to customers and seeing them through. As a sales organization, I tell my team we need to be out there every single day, uh, being very upfront and honest of what we can do and can't do. So when I commit to something, my team commits to something, you better believe we're going to do it, and we put the right operations folks dedicated to your account to ensure what we say we're going to do, we actually do.
I would tell you that. Wait, first, before I jump in with my opinion, I do have another question, really quick. What's your advice for people around pricing? A lot of those customers, they just want that dirt cheap price, and they're giving you a hard time, and they're going back and forth. How do you handle that? And what do you tell your folks?
Yeah, I would say, and maybe from a different school of thought here, don't underprice yourself. Know your worth. And if you can't
Mm,
support the business at a price, you have to be willing to walk away from the deal. And this is where
yep.
you have to be uncomfortable, right? I'm willing to tell customers that this is my rate to ensure everything I said I'm willing to do, I can do. And by the way, there's
Hmm.
there's a lot of fish in the sea, right? And you have to be willing to put in the work. If sales was easy, everyone would be doing it. And so sometimes you have to be willing to, I wouldn't
So
say take a
smart.
loss, just learn, right? Learn from that
Hmm.
situation.
And know your costs too. I know you know your value, know your value to your customers, but know your costs as well. I think it's important. A lot of people don't, especially carriers. I think that is such good advice that you just gave. I'm very excited to have you with me. The reason why I brought Next Trucking on is I do know a lot of people like to wonder why like Next Trucking says they're pioneers, but every time I have worked with your company, the individuals that I have been put in touch with have been very smart, driven, want they like to perfection. They've been very impressive. I'm so impressed by you guys every time I'm with you. So I see why you're pioneers. I see it. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope everybody stays out of trouble and don't drink too much beer and don't break up with girlfriends and boyfriends and be nice, because y'all need to be here next Friday for Mad Gains Live and check in on the Boiler Room Boys. Now the question is, what are the Boiler Room Boys going to do when I have 20 seconds left? What are they going to do with that time? Because they usually cut me off early. So I'm going to sit here and wait for the Boiler Room Boys. I hope they're scrambling, or maybe they're all drunk. I hear Frey typing. Oh, Frey. All right, have a good weekend, you guys. I love picking on my Boiler Room Boys.